What is up, car addicts? In this video, I'll be top speed drag race testing the new Albany V-STR versus the top 5 sports cars. I'll also test it against the 2 cars that are ahead and below its position. Keep in mind that this track is perfectly flat, therefore the results are not the same as testing it in the city or on a highway where the speed is different. This is especially important with the V-STR because it gets its top speed mainly from road bumps like the 811. All cars tested here are fully modified. Also, as newer cars release, the positions of these cars may change. So if you're wondering why certain sports cars are missing, that's because they were too slow to make it into the top 5 list. The timestamps for each car will be in the pinned comment, where you can select exactly which race you want to see. I'll also summarize the results and provide my overall opinion on the V-STR at the end of the video, with the timestamps in the pinned comment as well. Hope you enjoy.
Bye, have a great time.
Alright, so according to the testing on this perfectly flat track, that places the Albany V-STR in 22nd place out of the 69 raceable sports cars currently in game. That is right behind the Rapid GT, which is in 21st place. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the V-STR gets its top speed mainly from road bumps, kind of similar to the 811. Without these road bumps or road imperfections, this is the position it gets. On a highway, however, it will beat the Schafter V12 and would have been in top 5. But again, this track has no bumps. So on this flat track, the V-STR gets absolutely wrecked by the top 5 cars. So what cars are around its position? The V-STR wedges itself between the Rapid GT and the Rapid GT Cabrio. The V-STR just barely beats the Rapid GT Cabrio by the end. The race against the standard Rapid GT was almost a tie at the end, which is pretty surprising. Rapid GT was reeling it in more and more each checkpoint due to its higher top speed. I find it very frustrating the way Rockstar programs some of their cars, where some of them are more or less sensitive to bump boosts, and don't even get me started on the whole handling flag ordeal that the older cars still have to this day. So, is the V-STR worth over $1.5 million with upgrades? As much as I love the V-STR, I just feel like a car like this should have been priced well below $1 million. I'm not saying 200,000, considering DLC prices and all that, but I'd say a healthy 500,000 if you consider GTA's ridiculous inflation. When it comes to the design of the car, customization, and driving, I really do personally enjoy it. And for those of you who haven't tried drifting it yet, you definitely have to try it. It's a ton of fun, and it drifts very well in my opinion. I think the main thing we have to talk about here is vehicle classes. This car should be in the sedans class, along with other performance sedans that have been thrown in the sports class. When we look at the SUVs class, there's some performance SUVs in there, like the Tauros, for example. They really should have made a class called, let's say, sports sedans, so that they don't keep throwing them in the sports class. This will make these types of vehicles more usable in races. Because, come on, we can all agree here that trying to beat a Pariah in this car
can't touch this.
is just plain ridiculous, even if the Pariah driver is crashing into every wall. Some may argue, oh, it's not just about racing. While that is true, people still want to use certain cars in races that have a fighting chance so that there's more variety. And the lack of class variety makes that very difficult at times. Anyways, guys, remember to keep in mind the positions of these cars may change as newer cars release. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.